The chair recognizes the gentleman from Texas, Mr. Green, for 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, and still I rise. And I rise because I love my country. And I rise because it's Black History Month. And I am always, during Black History Month, amazed at what Dr. King called to our attention in his letter from the Birmingham jail. It's one of the great masterpieces of written word in the history of our country. I encourage all people to read his letter from the Birmingham jail. But I think that as important as it is, it's equally as important to read the letter that Dr. King was responding to. Because if you don't read the letter he's responding to in his letter, then you cannot totally appreciate the letter from the Birmingham jail. I'm not going to read the letter in its entirety. I'll just tell you a little bit about it. This letter, I hold a copy of it in my hand, was signed by 8 of the leading citizens in the area. Leading citizens, members of the clergy, all. These leading citizens were admonishing persons to proceed with caution. Dr. King reminds us, however, that the time is always right to do what is right. Always right to do what is right. They said in their letter, "We are convinced that these demonstrations are unwise and untimely." The time is always right to do what is right. And I would also add this is not in Dr. King's retort, but that we should not allow political expediency to trump the moral imperative to do what is right. The time is always right to do what's right. People are saying today, we should wait. We don't have to move now. Let's wait. Let's let something else happen before we take any position. They go on to say in their letter, "We agree, rather, with certain local Negro leadership, which has called for honest and open negotiation of racial issues in our area." To the many who say, let's have a dialogue, let's have a discussion about the race question. We need to talk about the race question. Dear brothers and sisters, dear friends, dear members, this was written April 12, 1963. We've been talking about the race question long before this and since this. The time is always right to do that which is right. Dr. King reminded us that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Said that in his letter. That means that if we allow injustice to exist in the White House as it relates to bigotry and xenophobia and homophobia and Islamophobia, if we allow it to exist in the White House, yes, dear brothers and sisters, it is a threat to every house in this country. Injustice anywhere is still a threat to justice everywhere. So I happen to be one who is willing to accept all of the criticisms, all of the slings and arrows, send them my way. I will do what is right. The Constitution allows it. In fact, my constituents demand it. It is time for us to take the issue up again. It's going to happen, dear brothers and sisters. I believe that we cannot allow bigotry in policy emanating from the presidency to go unchecked. So I can only say to you, impeachment is the solution, And the place for that solution to be properly addressed is the United States House of Representatives, right here in this well. Impeachment is not dead. I yield back the balance of my time.
Members are reminded to refrain from engaging in personalities towards the President.